The Cincinnati Bengals, ever since Joe Flacco came to town, these weapons have been very sneakily great. Like, not even just good, great. Obviously, you look at the per game numbers, they haven't had a bye, so that influences things a little bit. But I think we were both skeptical at best about the Flacco solution. And so far, it's worked out. But are we buying or selling that these Bengals weapons should be thought of the same with Joe Flacco as with Joe Burrow? I'll start us off this time. And I hate to say it, Dalton, I'm buying it. Like again, this is like I'm gonna maneuver my way out of this a little bit. I'm not like quite 100%, but like if you're telling me these guys are gonna be 90%, as opposed to a Jake Browning where it was like, Jamar Chase like 75%, T. Higgins is like values cut in half, Chase Brown maybe worse. I think it's like 90% there with Flacco. What I will say here is they've played the Steelers, bad defense, the Jets, horrible defense even before the trades, horrible defense. The Bears, not a good defense. And then the Packers, who are a very good defense. That was Flacco's first game after being traded like on a Wednesday. So cut him some slack, but it was also they didn't really do anything until early fourth quarter of that game. But even so, Joe Flacco himself is a quarterback too over the last month. Again, no bye week for any of these guys, so that's impacting it a little bit. Chase Brown, running back 8. Jamar Chase, wide receiver 1. This is funny. T. Higgins, wide receiver 2 overall. And again, no bye week. They're like JSN, more points per game. Other guys, more points per game. But like you look at T specifically, 8, 10, 2, and 9 targets. He's been double-digit scoring in 3 of 4 games. Hilariously, the game he had 2 targets, he caught 1 for like 40-something yards in a touchdown. Had a great catch last week. And that's the thing is like Flacco is going to give him chances to go up and make these Moss catches. And T. Higgins is going to do that to guys if he gets those chances. So I'm not all the way there, but I'm 90% of the way there, which is enough for me to say I'm buying it. And thank the Lord for Joe Flacco, because these are 3 very important fantasy weapons who I was ready to, for 2 of them, leave for dead, and for 1 of them, be very depressed about what could have been.
Yeah, and I'm buying it too. I mean, this is par for the course for fantasy, where it's so impossible to predict. Obviously, the Bengals make the trade to get Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is balling out of his mind to do it. Like you said, it is against bad defenses, but this team is always going to be in hurry up and catch up mode because of those defensive lows we talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, you talked about that touchdown pass where Joe Flacco threw it and T. Higgins was covered entirely. Yeah. He was blanketed, and the corner falls down, and T runs it in for a touchdown. And it's like Joe Flacco doesn't care anymore. He's 40 years old. He's going to just put it up there.
He can't move. He can't move, so he'll just put it up to him or Chase down the field pretty frequently.
Well, then you talk about the Samaje Perine injury and what that meant for Chase Brown in that game. We got back up to like a 90% snap share when Perine left. Yep. You add in that he had 14 targets on the day. That puts Chase Brown back in the top 12-ish conversation just on volume alone. And so all 3 of those guys I feel pretty good about. I mean, you throw in, there was a random Noah Fant touchdown, a random Andre Iosivas touchdown in that game. Like, there are even ancillary pieces here where, because that offense has to score every possession, because the defense is so bad, it's not bad to take a deep flex shot on a bye week hell on Andre Iosivas or Noah Fant as your streaming tight end for the week, just because of the level of play Joe Flacco is giving and the volume of offense that this team has going up.
And, these defenses, none of them are good besides the Packers, but 3 of them, until the Jets just traded theirs, have elite pass rushers. And I don't know what to make of this. Maybe it's the Bengals O-line playing better. Maybe it's a quarterback, but I don't have the stat in front of me, but I did catch it on Twitter earlier today or yesterday. Joe Flacco's sack rate is way lower than Joe Burrow's sack rate in their respective times playing behind this O-line this year. So just file that away. Interesting.